friends, welcome. I'm glad you're here. I have a little video for you today, like a little tutorial or showing you how I do this, that I hope you like it. I apologize if you can hear the fan in the back, but I need it. I have a bad ear infection, so if my voice goes up and down, it's because I can't hear myself talk. I'm on my second round of antibiotics, and I think these are working, so prayers would be welcome. So I hopefully you won't be able to hear the fan. I just need it. I don't know why these antibiotics just make me like I need it. So let's get started. I do feel much better because for the longest time I was just moping around, and it's not like me. I didn't want to go to my garden. I didn't want to do anything. But then, you know, kind of like it broke after this batch of antibiotics, and I feel creative. I mean, I'm not in pain at all, but I can't hear, well, I can't hear at all from one side, but I feel so much better, and I needed to, you know how when you're sick or not feeling well, you just need, in my case, I needed some prettiness in my life. So I busted out. I actually didn't bust out. This is all made from scraps, and let me show you what they are. They are my take on tabs, journal tabs. These have been done by plenty of talented people before, but this is my take on it. And I'm going to show you step by step how I did them. They're not that difficult. They would go like this. See, let me show you one. Move back a little bit. I'll move forward again later on. But this is the tab. See? And they would go like, you know, on your journal like this. And I figured this was a great way to kind of have them already pre-made. And you could, you know, of course I don't do, you know, I tend to go overboard. You can keep them very simple and classy if you like. I just like embellishing things. So you can have all these pre-made. You can make some neutral ones where, you know, you just keep the background colors and then just add the final touches depending on the journal that you're working on. And they're a great way to attach your jewelry. So again, if you keep your journal jewelry kind of neutral, it'll go with just about, you know, it'll go with just about any, it'll go with, you know, any project, any journal that you're working on, or anything. Everything I used, I challenged myself to just use scraps that I had left over from different projects. But see, they would go like this. See this one. Well, this one's, see, you can use any of your junk jewelry that you like. For example, this is some kind of a pin, a scarf pin or something. But you can use whatever you like, and then this would go on this side of the page. So I kind of made them kind of pretty, so you can see them. Look how pretty that is. So you can see them from both sides of your journal. But you can do like one side a little elaborate, and then the other side a little bit more simple. Let me just kind of show you most of them. So I went crazy because, and you can do them in batches too. You can, you know, look, I make some little ones. And like I said, I use all scraps, all kinds of scraps. Even this, I don't know if I have more. You know how we love our, at least I know most of us do, our paper scraps, but I don't know if I have more paper scrap or more fabric scraps. I love using this. This is the seam binding, and I like it when it's hand sewn, but sometimes I'll take whatever I can get. When I do my bundles for my shop, I have for example, I have a bundle ideal in mind, and then I'll just go and be on the lookout for that fabric or whatever it is I'm looking for. And then I have leftover stuff like this, like the seams. I'm not going to throw that away. I love the stitching on that. I think that gives it, you know, it's interesting. So even that scrap I don't throw away at all. So I don't know if my scrap pile is bigger in my paper or my fabric. See, you can see this was left over from something. You can see this is machine, so this is not vintage, but it looks interesting, so I'll take that. Here's another one I did. I use mainly one paper collection. I'll share that with you later, but I use different ones. I try to make some in some earth tones. I use some gold threading that I had from a project. And then of course, you know, I was like wanting to use all my favorite stuff. Like I love crushed velvet or just velvet ribbon in general, so I wanted to use that. I wanted to do some with a little black. So, and there's tons of layers, and I'll show you how I did that. And this is just a piece of jewelry. I used some of my gold sari, my own. I think this is from some kind of a run or a tablecloth or something, and I still have some left. So I used that. And then here's another piece of that salvage. So I did a whole bunch. I'm just going to show you real quick what I did. This one I love because of the pink here. And then some labels. I'm going to list all my sources. This is a tiny little piece that's left over from some tapestry books that my aunt gave me years ago, and I'm still using every single little piece that I have left. I love this one. I don't know which ones are my favorite. I really don't have a favorite. This must have come off a bracelet or something, and then here I just tied with cheesecloth. I'm saying it right? Cheesecloth. I tied a little knot, and then all my layering again, and then the back. See here, you can see it a little bit better here. I made some in blue. I wanted to have like a little bit in like every color, sort of, and then a little more of a natural little. This must have come an earring, or I don't know. They just come from everywhere. Here I just had a little cluster. This fabric, I picked up a bag of this. I'll show you. I think I have. Look, let me show you this real quick. I picked this bag up, and I love it. They're not sari, because they're not sari stuff, but it's just all, oh my god guys, this is like a treasure. They're just all, and they're already like, you know, frayed. It's like God put it there and said, Marlene, I'm going to hold this there until you come get it. And then look, they're already like frayed and stuff, so got it. And then I also mixed in there, I took a rug apart and I mixed in there some of the pieces from that rug too. Look at this one, kind of pretty. I love the little dangle on this one. And this is my famous paisley fabric that I had just a little bit left over, so I used it there. And then that's the back of this one. So it's just layers and layers of goodness. This is a little one. Did I show you this one? I showed you that one. I love the bead on this one a lot. A lot. And then let me show you the back. And this is more of the earth tones. And I'm going to go through everything that you'll need. You might have to bear with me. I'm going to have to gather my supplies. They're like, they're around me, but you know, it's part of the fun is picking your products. So I made little ones like this, medium ones. I love the dangle on this one also. Medium ones, and then of course I made the larger ones. So they all look, you know, oh, this one's like that. See? So this one's, you can even, I was thinking you can even put them outside the page. You can even do, it's just that I wanted the collage to be a little bit of the focal point. So I kept all my laces and stuff a little bit more natural and more, not as much out. But you can make these real messy, like a messy tab, where you can maybe just use one piece of paper and then do a lot of, you know, more dangles, you know, from the fabric and stuff out. You can do that. I'm going to try to do some of those too. This one is a medium one. Oh, wait a minute. This is the side I want to show you. See, so it's not the whole page. And then this one's a tiny little one that you can put over here. But the best thing I like about this, I think, and then you can put them as out as you want, depending on your cover, how far you want them to stick out from your cover. But I think the best thing for me is to have the jewelry on here already, so I don't have to go hunt. So again, guys, everything I used was scraps from the fabric, the paper, and the jewelry. Anything that I could salvage, it's what I did. So let's put these little babies aside and let me show you really quick. They do have a few little steps. Of course, you can make them your own, and you can skip a step or a layer. I mean, you can do whatever you like. But let me just put these aside. And let me show you what you're going to need. You're going to definitely need your cutting tools, whatever it is that you like. I'm going to use this little paper cutter because it's just easy to use. I'm going to keep out a plier because I might need to cut some jewelry, and then my fabric and paper scissors. You're going to need your cutting tools. You're going to need your glues. I'm going to use, of course, this glue, and I like using the glue gun also, so I'm going to use the glue gun. You are going to use, oh, I found a really cute container for my, let me put something brown underneath. I found a really pretty container for my, well, I didn't find it, I had it. I just looked around. For my little, I have to cut more of my labels, but to keep my labels already cut, I have to figure out cut them while I watch TV and keep them in here. It's just an old-fashioned talc. It reminds me of South Beach and Art Deco, so that's going to be my new storage solution for that. You're going to need your scrap jewelry, whatever it is. This is my little scrap box. Whatever you have aside, because you don't need a whole lot. I'm going to need something to attach. You're going to need to attach, whether you use a ball pin or you use a regular pin, or you can sew it. Also, I thought of sewing it. That would be nice, so that way you don't see any metal if that's the look you want to get. So you're going to need something to attach your jewelry to. You're going to need your scrap little pile. I keep my little pile here. I have a little bit of everything. Actually, my scrap pile is a lot bigger than this, but I just pull little stuff from the pile and kind of challenge myself to stick to this. You're going to need a file folder, just if you like, or whatever you may have. I picked up a bunch of these file folders, so I'm going to be using that. Let me move you back a little bit. I'm going to be using that. I already have one that I cut up. You're going to need a brown paper bag, whatever you have, or a little piece of a brown paper bag, or whatever you have. I like using small print, so I picked these pages that the print are kind of like small because I want that. You can use scraps from ledger paper if you like. I picked out some music sheet. This is like my neutral background. You're going to use something that has these little fray ends, you know, that was attached to the notebook or whatever. I like these little fray ends, so you're going to need something that has that. I pulled out these little cards. They're a little bit tough and they look so pretty like that, so I don't think I'm going to cut these little cards because I have an idea for them. But I have tons of this taking messages. I took plenty of messages in my time. We don't use that anymore, but these, I love these because they come apart very easily and the holes are a little bit bigger, so they look kind of cute. And then I have some that are not as big and they're kind of a little bit more beat up from the tea dyeing from a paper, from a notebook pad. So you're going to need some of this fray little thing. I don't know what you call that, but you're going to need that. So let's get started. And let me show you how I did that. Not hard at all. It's just a lot of little steps. And then, of course, you're going to need your scrap pile of paper, whatever it is that you like. I have a piece here that I'm going to use. The ones for, the ones that I showed you that I used to make mine were mainly even the darker color ones, even like the darker ones, like this one, for example, that I have a more of an orangey and then more of a pretty pink. These came from this company. They're called Chapter 1 paper, and I love them. I think I've shown this before. I am in love with this paper. So I used a lot of that. I'm going to link it. I'm going to link the Etsy store, but look how pretty these would be for fall. To do some fall theme journal tabs. Wouldn't that be nice? This would be pretty for fall too, so I think that's what I'm going to assign. Like, I'm going to start making these tabs in different, you know, like I can even make some Christmas ones, or like I said, you can keep them neutral and then your layering that you do on top can match whatever project you're working on or whatever paper. I love this one. This is beautiful. Whatever paper you have, you know, that you're using for your journal. So that's the company I used. Chapter 1 was mainly the scraps that I used. Okay, so let's get started. So first thing first, let me put you in a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. First, you're going to need your base. I'm using the file folder because I have tons of them and they're nice and sturdy. So, you know, they're kind of flexible, like, you know, they're not flimsy. They're, I don't know how to tell you. They feel nice. So I think they would even give more stability to your journal because they feel kind of, you know, they're not just, you know, they're a little stronger, obviously, than cardstock. So I think that'll work. So, this is what I'm going to use. I'm going to make like a medium one because I don't want to do like a whole big one, just so I can show you real quick. I love this little cutter. I have others, but I like this one. So I'm going to just cut a little. I'm going to take this little tab off. And I think I'm going to make it like that. Like that. Yeah, that'll work. Maybe a little bigger. Okay, like that. So see, your actual, I eyeball everything. I don't measure a thing. Your actual tab will be half of that. So I think that's a good size, half of that. Is it even? Yep, it's even. So that's that. So that's our actual piece that we're going to use, is this piece right here. So this will be the length of our tab. So you can score this. You can get your scoreboard out and score it. But I'm too lazy, so I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to cut it in. I'm just going to try to do it. And anyway, this is going to have so many layers that even if every single little corner is not matching, you know, it's all good. It's all good, good, good. So you just want to make sure that it's flat, though, because it makes your job easier if it's like completely flat. Okay, so that's your base right there and there. That's it. That's your base. So now what I do my inner layer, which you're not going to see because they're going to be glued to your paper. They're going to be attached to your paper, so you're not going to see this inner layer. See, because it's going to be like this. But I like to do that first. And then how I started mine is that I love the look of brown paper bag a lot. I love it, love it, love it. Oh, I forgot to tell you one thing. If you like this, optional. You can ink, you know, distress your size, your paper. And I like to just kind of rip it. So whatever paper bag, I don't like, you know, I don't like to see the end of it. So I just cut it like that. And let me get the other side. I like for it to be a little bit longer. It can go over. It doesn't have to be the exact size of the. It doesn't have to be the exact size. See, it can go over. It can go over your actual tab. It doesn't have to be like the exact size of the tab. So I'm going to do a little one, I think, somewhere, and then I'm going to do a longer one on the other side. And then I'm going to ink the edges, and how I ink the edges, because it makes my work easier. Because I use this ugly thing, but this placemat I got a while back, but it works for me. So I think I'm going to use this side. So I just ink the edges like that. And I also left it in the back in case, because I like to curl it, so I'm not sure what side I'm going to use. So just move the ink like that. But you don't have to ink the edges if you don't want. Actually, you don't even have to do this layer if you don't want. But I think the more little layers you have, I think the more interesting it is. So that's good enough for me. Okay, so now, get this ugly thing out of the way, but very effective. Now I'm going to do my inside little, I hope this works. Here we go. My inside little layers, that's how I start. So I think I'm going to put the long one here. So I kind of turn it around like this, because this is actually what I'm going to see. So I don't want a lot of it. Personally, I don't like a lot. I just like a little bit. But I want to see how that little bit is. And I think on this little valley here, I'm going to put this one so that it peeks through that little valley. See that? Can I bring it closer? A bit closer, maybe. Okay. Yep, that'll work. Okay, so we're going to do this little piece here. Put that baby up. Just turn it around so I can see the lip. There we go. See that? There we go. So that's it. That's my first layer. But that's not enough for me. I need more. So I'm going to use the little frilly, guys, I don't know what you call this, but I'm going to use this one because I love the little holes on this one. They're bigger. So this is going to be my other layer that's going to peek through like that. You see that? That's going to be my other layer. So I think I'm going to start it over here. Hope I'm in frame. I'm going to start it over on this side. And you can, this is so relaxing. This is something you can even do this part. You know, take a whole bunch of this and just kind of do it maybe while you're watching TV or something. You know, like this is kind of like relaxing, and it's kind of like you don't have to think. There is really no placement or anything. You're just building up a little layer. That's it. Okay, so this one, it's going to look like that. See how it's starting to build up. So here, I think I want to do that. See? I want to do that. So it's almost side to side. No, it is side to side. So here goes my second layer. Here we go. And of course, you know, I'm explaining this, so it's taking longer. But when you do it yourself, you know, when you're doing, you don't have to explain or talk or anything. It goes a lot faster. Okay. I bring that up a little because I wanted to show. That'll work. And then I have a little bit of glue back there, but it'll dry off because I don't care, because the back's not going to show at all. Okay, so now the fun begins. And now I'm going to do what I call my background, which is literally the background, whatever the background on that is. So I think I'm going to use, what do I want to use? I love this French. Let me see if I have any left. I don't have any. I know my main one, my focal is going to be this little piece, because I love that rose. So I think that's going to be my little piece. This can be a background. It doesn't have to have. I think I'm going to just keep it. This is the whole thing. You got to keep it to, like, I've been challenging myself to use, just bring out exactly what I want to use, and that's it. Don't even look at the rest of my room because I'll go nuts. So in this project, I think I'm going to just stick to dictionary pages and that. Maybe a little accent, and then the focal one. I'm calling the focal one. So I'm getting these out of the way so I don't get inspired and get all excited and want to use everything that I have. Yeah, that will work. I also thought of, like, you can also add little pieces. That would not be nice. I'm dying to make some in boho. And by the way, if you make any of these tabs, if I by any chance inspire you, and if you made some, just tag me or let me know, because I would love to see them. And sometimes, you know, I miss things and I feel bad about that. You can also use some things that you have embossed, like any embossing. That would be like a nice touch. Okay, so now for my, remember, this is going to be covered with lace and stuff, so that's not going to show too much. See? Well, no, actually the lace is over here, so this is going to show a little. So, but I don't, let me see. I don't want to keep it so, you know, I think I'm going to, so like ruler looking, you know, because we have that ruler that we use. But, which is nice. The ruler is nice. I'm not saying it's not nice. But I don't want to keep it. I want to, you know, guys, I know the ruler is wonderful, but sometimes you just got to get in there and do it by hand, and it'll be nice. Okay, so that's that. See? So that'll be there. See that? That's perfect. That is what I want. I think I'm going to do it over here, like that. Cut this baby up like that. And let me ink a little bit. Ink, ink, ink. I'm gonna cover that empty space there. Okay. And then let's do this. Yeah, guys, I was feeling really lousy for quite a few days. You know, I try to hang on and I pray. I use all of my holistic stuff first, but you know what? That is so wonderful because everything natural is wonderful. I try to grow as much organic as I can. I got all my essential oils that I try to use. I really try to be as organic as I can. I was using oregano oil, which I love for the sinuses, but you know, after a while and it's not working, you got to get yourself to the doctor and, you know, go in the Calvary, get you some good antibiotics. Okay, so, see, I'm covering it up. Covering it up. See how I'm covering every single little spot. Perfect. Perfect, 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 perfect. Okay, so, I don't like this white space here too much. Too much at all, so I might as well use that part. I'm going to cover this part up so I don't need to ink that. So let's do this. Yeah, so you know, I knew I was feeling better when I felt creative. My husband was like, "Are you okay? I haven't seen you in the garden. I haven't seen you do anything." I said, "No, I'm not." So he said, "That's it. We're going to go see the doctor." But, you know, I know that I'm feeling better when I feel like doing stuff. It's terrible to be in pain, Lord. Please. Help all those people. Okay, so that goes like that. So you see? Now, I want to cover this piece right here. I don't particularly. I like that little scrap or... Okay, I'm doing pink, so the main is pink, but, oh God, I love this. I really love this paper. I love this script right here, so I think I'm going to, this right here. Oh my gosh. Okay, I have a bigger word, bigger letters right here. Yeah, that looks real nice. So let's ink this baby up real fast. So, you know, I sometimes like to prolong my videos my videos or my projects so I can enjoy them, but you can probably zip right through this. Okay, so I'm covering this little empty space right here. And you know, this is, you could, I'm gonna glue it, but I'm gonna sew right there, so it doesn't matter if it's up or not. And the back, I have a little piece here left in the back. Cut this little baby up. And here we go. So you just collage, however it is that you collage, and it, you know, every single one of the pieces take like a personality of its own, you know. Like, see? Every single piece does what it wants to do. I kind of like that. Yeah, I think I like that. But you can introduce another piece of paper there. Excuse me. I think I'm going to introduce. See, I said I wasn't going to make. I was not going to see. I think I want it because it's long. I need like I want a long piece there. I said I wasn't going to, you know, add any more things. Let me see what I can find. Hang on, I'll be right back. Okay, let me see. Yes, this is the piece. See, it's a long piece. I kind of need a long piece there, and this will work right there. more like this because I want to cover that little edge. Perfect. That'll work. To me, the funnest part here, I did enjoy the paper, but to me, I like the fabric collage, and my favorite is the jewelry because I just love junk jewelry. I love all of it. I love using it. I like playing with it. I like wearing it. I like it all. So see, that's it. That's the perfect piece I needed. Hello. Cut that little edge off. Ink it up a little bit. Let me clean up as I go because I can get out of hand, you know. Okay, so see, it's starting. The foundation is starting to form a little bit. See, starting. So I think since I kind of like, I want to add a little piece of the music. Not sure how much. Since I used a little bit in the back, in the other side, I think I'm going to use a little bit here. I don't know if all these edges are going to show or not. But here we go. So this is the relaxing part. You can just take your whole little pile to the TV area or some other place if you like. There's that. Yep, that'll work. I keep dropping things. Okay, now my focal paper piece. Okay, my focal paper piece, I want it to be, see, I ended up not really using this at all, even though, well, I did use a little bit here, but I had in mind to use that script. It just evolves. I love this one piece right here, but I don't know how that's going to work. Let me see. Well, I'm not really sure. I love this piece, so I think I'm going to just try to use all of it if I can, because I love the little rosebuds here. Look how cute that looks. By the way, my roses have done, I'm hoping I can get another flush of blooms. I fertilized yesterday, so maybe, and a lot of watering because it's been raining, so it's perfect. But I love it. May is my favorite month in the garden because my roses were heavenly. They kind of stopped, see, perfect. They stopped blooming. And that's okay. Things are not going to always be in bloom. But these little buds remind me of my pretty rose bushes that I was never able to grow before. Okay, so that'll work. Every season I have like a new favorite color, but in my heart I have to say pink is always my favorite color. Like in my heart. Like that. See? So that's like my focal paper piece. I think. Yeah, that'll be my focal paper piece. And now back here I can do a little something like this. Let's see how this piece is going to work. I'm going to keep a lot of the pink. That'll be nice. Or up here. I think here. You can, the sky's the limit, guys. You can do whatever you want. Okay. So I'm almost done with the collage with the paper. Almost done with the paper collaging. Okay, so that, yeah, that'll work. So that's it. Done with paper collaging. That wasn't that difficult. Okay, so now definitely I need my labels for sure. So I don't know what I'm going to use. I thought of adding a little bit of green. I don't know why. Because I'm looking at this little seam binding here, and it's kind of like, I don't know, motivating me. But I also have this little one. That has a little bit of yellow. I like that better than the... Because see, this is the trick for me with this project, is that I want this to be the background. I don't want to put anything too... Maybe I'll stick to one of Tracy's labels, because I love her labels because they're neutral for the most part. Oh, I broke this field note. See, I broke it. That's okay. I'm going to put it in a spot where I'm not going to see the little area that I broke. I have to print more of these, and obviously I have not. So I put that in a little corner where you can't see the broken part. So obviously I have not, and that's okay when I have time. I used the last little bit that I had printed. I used it on those tabs that I just showed you. So okay, so I'm done with that. Take my little scraps out of here. So I think I'll put it right here in the corner, because that way it won't show when I cover it up that much. Yeah, it's not going to show that much. You'll see. You'll see. It's just missing a little corner. So what's a little corner for us? Nothing. We can hide and do all kinds of little tricks, because we've done this before. So I put it right here where these these meet. You see my little broken piece? Oh, wait a minute, not focus. You see how it's like a little broken piece right here? That isn't going to matter. That isn't going to matter at all. And then this big chunky one, I love her. I think I want to put her right there. Or like that. I'm going to put it like that. Okay. So for this project, I do use, you can use this glue, which I do use for some of the fabric pieces, but I also like, perfect. I guess since I have my musical notes going like that, I'll have it going like that. So that'll work. Let me clean my glue top a little bit because it drives me nuts. And that way I can start this next step with a clean top. Okay, so that's it. That is our little paper collage area, guys. I am seeing my little collage area. Okay, perfect. So let's get to the next step. Okay guys, I haven't realized how long my video has been. So I'm going to just do one part of the tab because I don't want to keep you here forever, even though I'm having so much fun. So I think I'm going to use this, I call it fish netting, but I don't know what it is. It's going to be like my little background. So, oh yes, I'm going to use a light pink. So this is the part that we want to do the oh, look how pretty that looks. That'll work for me. The part that we want that's going to stick out of the journal. So this is the part that we're going to do the fabric pieces on. And I know I'm going to use this pink. I mean, it just fell off. It's telling me use me, use me. So I'm going to use that. But I need another little piece here, something, I don't know, something. Yeah, how about that? This is like, look, see? This is the remnants of something or other. And I like to use the part that's a little bit more beat up or that has more fraying and stuff. I like to use that. So that's going to go right there. Yeah, that's where it's going to go. Right here. Yep. So anything goes. That's going to go right there. This little piece here is going to get a little bit more glue. And that's it. And then this you can keep, you know, you can just keep this a little bit longer if you like, a little bit crooked, rounded, whatever you like. I need a little bit more glue here. And now for another little layer, I have this fabric here that's, this would be cute. This, I love this. I don't know where this came from, but I love it. It's gonna be another layer. And I want it all racked up. So see, now I got fraying on both sides. That's gonna go right there. Or right back here. I'm covering my little seam thing here that I like, but maybe I can just use it on one side. Maybe, I don't know, depends how I feel. Yep, I want to show my little, see, I want to show that, I want that to show, so I just stopped it right there, and then I'm going to fray it a little bit, and it could be sticking up a little bit, that's cool. And then this pretty beautiful thing, I think it's going to go here. I think. My God, and then I have a little bit of this. Why not? Or even this. Look, this is from another, something from another place. Okay, so this pretty little pink little seam binding that was calling me out, I'm going to just use it right here. Right here. And then just cut her however I want. And then here I need a little something, something. So, could I not use this? How would that look? I don't know. A little bit of gold. Why not? Why could I not possibly use a little bit of gold there? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, baby. My focus. Guys, as I do more of these, because you know, I'm a very informal person in everything that I do. So I might get a little bit fancier later on, but now you're getting me like this. Who am I kidding? Never going to get fancy. Look how pretty that looks. See that? So that kind of blended in. So this is going to go like this. See? That's going to go like this on the tab. But now I like to, guys, I like for my tab to look like it was sewn in the journal. So I'll explain that to you now. I gotta go to my machine real quick and just sew that real fast. I'll be right back. Okay guys, so I went ahead and I sewed the end right over here on both sides. So now when you have the tab on the paper, it looks like you sewed it in. It looks like, to me, it looks like it's not really glued, it's sewn in. So that's why I like to sew my edges, and I did like a real crazy stitching. And so it would go like this. It would be like this because this is the backs of the letter. So it would be like this. This is how I would put this right here, like that. So now I cannot leave it alone, so I need a little something else. And I think I want to do it here. I think I'm gonna, for simplicity purposes, because I'm running a little bit, you know, this video is too long. But I hope you had a nice cup of coffee or tea and just relaxed. So I'm gonna use just a little ball pin. I hope this is the color I need. I should have brought that. I don't know if this is the color I need or not. But let's go hunting. Let's go hunting. You can use just about anything that you like. You can use a little this. That would be cute. Wouldn't that be cute? Just like that. Anything. A little flower. A little pin. But I want something dangly. Something that dangles. See, this is a pin because I just had this the other day. You can also attach like a little pin if you like. This would be pretty. this or this. I think I'm going to use that. You can use something a little longer too, if you wanted to. You can use anything. But I'm going to keep it, even though I have gold, I think I'm going to use this because I got gold. I love this silver one. I love this piece. But I have gold. Or, you know, whatever you call that color. I think this piece will match better than the bright gold. So you go back in the box and you go in here. See, that'll go. And then I'm going to just attach it somewhere like this. Like right in this little corner right here where these two meet. I think that's where I want it. See, that would, isn't that cute? Just by itself like that, but I can't leave it alone. So, I'm going to use a little of this cheesecloth that's been working for me, and I love it. I love how it looks. This has not been tea-dyed. This is like really old. So I'll, you know, mess it up a little bit. And then just a nice little knot up here for the little final touches on your tab. But could you imagine some real boho with maybe more boho fabric, or I don't know, would be, you can have your little feet dangled if you like. So there it is, guys. I hope you like it. I hope you can make some. I'm sorry the video was so long, but we had fun, so that's all. That's what counts. So yeah, I hope you have fun making your own little tabs, however you like to make them. Just show me what you did. Okay guys, thanks for watching and thanks for coming along. God bless. Bye bye.